within about 50 miles, and I don't know if we're that close yet.
Okay, so do I have that loaded in right? Does it look right?
I can't, my display is not detailed. Yeah, that helps. Let's see, you've got, right now, yes, you've got 387, yes, that's correct. And you've got mode says nav 1. I don't know if you need to change fields to mode to change. Let's see here. What you want to do, so, yes, you can go ahead, exit out of that menu. Go back and click the center CDI button. See where it says CDI? If you click that, we change from, we should go GPS, VOR1, VOR2. Does it also change to NDB or to the ADF? No, it doesn't. So we probably have to go back to that ADF DME. Click the button to the right for ADF DME. We may have to change that mode. Right now, see where it says mode, nav 1? We'd probably want to change that. If you turn your big knob, you should be able to go to that. Yeah, now press enter, press it again. Well, okay, it just said, okay. I tell you what, put it on nav 2. Put it on nav 2. That'll work. And then you can exit back out of it. Now, what you do to fix this, go to PFD options at the bottom. Now click on bearing 2. Click it again for nav 2. Again, because now it's got ILS. Click it again. There you go. Now there's ADF. And we don't see anything there yet because we're probably not close enough. We're not close enough to pick it up yet. So eventually, what's going to happen when that becomes active, you will see a blue arrow will appear for your VOR2 arrow will appear, which is going to point to the non-directional beacon for the NDB. But we're going to have to be within 50 miles of getting there to do that. And that'll actually be handy for you because what's going to happen using the VOR, when we get very far away from the VOR, just a course change of 1 degree to the left or the right is almost like 2 to 3 miles away. So by following the VOR course that we're using right now, it may not put us right over the airport. It'll probably be close, but it might be as far as a mile or 2 off. So when we get closer, if we actually follow the ADF, it'll get you more accurately to the airport. Because I think those NDBs, the antennas are actually pretty close. I think there may be a mile or 2 off either side of the runway, I think is where they are. Yeah, it's actually working. Change server, change over to East or something. Let it sit there a couple of minutes and then go back to Southeast Asia. You should see everybody.
126.475 Beauty, 7221.
But I can see me putting up a little AFAB transmitter. I got people in front of me. I should be able to see.
Paris Center to Nair 7902 is passing flight level tree 60, descending 2,300 feet. Speedbird 547, contact Paris Center on 126.475.
How do you like to do that?
Good day. To Nair 7902 Paris Center, continue as planned. FedEx 5022 heavy contact, de Gaulle approach on 118.15. Good day. .475 for Seabird 547.
Radio check.
You're fine.
A little faint.
Are you awake over there, Triton?
5022 heavy.
Oh, I stepped away for a second. I got back.
I was asking how you like the new hardware.
Oh, I'm loving it. If I never could get to it, I'd have bought it a while back. It was so much more precise. Fly so much smoother. I got a honeycomb yoke and throttle button. Yeah,
they're
Center,
wonderful.
Ryanair Tree
Bought a
02
new
is at
headset
flight level
recently.
tree
I
50
replaced the
descending
other one that's going on
2,100
there now.
feet.
And then you got the
Ryanair
controls
Tree
as well,
02
so I'm-
Paris Center. Continue
now I'm
as
waiting for the
planned.
Charlie rudder pedals to come out. I'm going to do those and hopefully I'll be set. My old 20-year-old side-take rudder pedals are just about to fall apart.
Beechcraft Bonanza Hotel Tree 5. Contact Paris Center on 126.475.
Hoping those Charlies will be good.
Oh man.
Dislocated in my last one.
Going to 126.475 Beechcraft Bonanza Hotel Tree 5. Paris Center Beechcraft Bonanza Hotel Tree 5, 1,200
So we're
feet.
about halfway there, right?
What do you see on your DME right now? How many miles do you show?
08. Continue as planned.
54.
Oh yeah, we still got a good distance to go.
We're looking for 134, are we?
Yeah, we like I said, but we could have flown this in a faster airplane, but if we got there very quickly, like I said, then we'd be twiddling our thumbs. The whole intent is that we would be flying for 2 to 3 hours today. That's why we're in the Cessna. So yeah, we're going the correct direction. It's just going to take us a little while to get over there.
Well, I'm new, and this is one of the most familiar things I have. Any other plane I might be more or less.
Oh, we can talk you through that. Once you learn how to run the radios on one of them, they're all pretty much, most of them are pretty similar, except for it just feels a little bit different if you get on any of the airplanes, like with the analog gauges, then it just kind of separated outside of your glass panel. But there are a lot of ways, different ways that you can do things. There's something else. If you want to make sure that we're going the right way, I'll show you something else that you can do. On your glass panel, have you ever tried to do a direct 2 before? What we're gonna do is, you've got the button with the D with the arrow up to the right, yes. And if you go and put, we would plug in there LFAC, Lima Foxtrot Alpha Charlie. If you put LFAC in there with this direct 2 and then press enter, I'll show you what we can do with it, and what that will enable you to do. It'll show you how you can steer with 2 different ways. You'll be able to steer using the GPS, or you can steer with what we're doing right now with the VOR. And they may differ slightly, but not much. They're still going to keep us on the same path. Because see, right now you see a magenta line on the right-hand side, which I always curse you, magenta line. We don't follow those usually. But since you do have this glass panel Garmin in your airplane, you can do that. You can do a direct 2, put the airport on there. Now, if you want to see where we are physically, actually to look at the difference, go to your center button on your left-hand display and click CDI. And change the button to GPS. So click your CDI button. You got to click back first. Yeah, there you go. Click CDI, click it again. See, now it shows you, now you can see a GPS indication. This will also tell you how far you've got to go to get to the airport. So now you are steering directly to the airport, and you're using, or our cheating method of having the, we're actually letting the GPS fly to it instead of using the VOR. And what this shows, you can switch your CDI back and forth. Right now we're steering to the GPS location, and since the line is close to being centered, it's telling you that, well, we're on the correct line pointed and we're not to the left or the right of it, and we're flying directly to the airport there at LFAC. And if you click your CDI button, put it back on green for nav1, then you'll, instead of steering to the GPS, you'll be steering to the VOR. So this is kind of a way that you can kind of check things, because now you've got a redundant flight path, and you could steer by either one of them. So but by having the magenta line there, it's just another way of seeing things. And it's kind of like something that we saw last night, and we don't see this right at the moment. Occasionally when we're flying places, we will be flying to a VOR and not a VOR DME. Some of the VORs only give you directional information and they don't give you distance, and that's what we had last night. So as we were flying along last night on a VOR, we didn't know how far away we were, and that's when one of the guys was saying, well, you could always do a direct to and look at your DME, and that's correct, you can. So there's other ways that you can tell how far we have to go. That also, this way, by doing it this way, you see that we've got 54 miles to go to get to the airport.